What really happened to Forrest Fenn?
People thought it ended when Jack's doof, if I'm saying his name wrong, I'm so sorry, but everybody thought it ended when Jack found the treasure.
But Jack never gave a solution, and Forrest Fenn was confused, and he knew something was off.
Just when Forrest Fenn was about to come forward with a real solution, something called Dancing with the Stars, Superman 1.61, but he never got the chance. On September 7th, 2020, Forrest confronted his grandson Shiloh about a forged Wyoming document, and that same day Forrest was found dead. Now, when you look up the cause of Forrest Fenn, there's a whole bunch of stuff that comes up. Some say he died of a heart attack, some say he died of a fall, and some say he died of natural causes.
He was not under regular medical care, yet an advance directive was somehow activated, without hospice involvement. Dispatch coded it as hot emergency. That means they did not treat this like a normal expected passing. Forrest was unconscious at 8:15 a.m., but just 10 minutes earlier, he was giving a thumbs up and talking to his family. I'm going to tell you right now, Forrest Fenn did not die of natural causes, and Forrest Fenn did not die of a heart attack. Forrest Fenn did not die of a fall. Forrest Fenn died of murder. I don't really want to get too deep into details of how his body was found because it is pretty graphic, but I will share a few details for you guys to realize why I'm saying this is murder and why this was not just a normal death. He was 90 years old, so they ruled it out as a natural death because he was 90, but it was not. He had a 6-centimeter abrasion on his head, a huge lump, which I've seen photos of. The side of his face was purple. He had cuts and abrasions on his eyebrow and his cheek. Chest, shoulder, arm, knee, all of those were injured. Multiple injuries across the face and the torso. Does that sound like a simple fall to you? Does that sound like a heart attack? No CPR. Forrest wasn't pronounced dead until 5:04 p.m. when the investigator finally arrived. The Fenn family said hospice was involved, but they lied. Usually when your family dies, you seem sad, but the family immediately asked for confidentiality. Instead of asking, how's my grandpa? Forrest lay dead for hours while everything around him was being cleaned up. People want to believe Forrest Fenn passed peacefully, but the timeline doesn't add up. Anyways, I fell down a treasure hunt rabbit hole and ran into a guy. I'm not going to say his name, I'm going to keep that disclosed. He claims to be the real person who solved the Fenn's treasure chest, but is being silenced. This man claims that he is the man from back east that Forrest Fenn talked about back in June 2020, the one who actually solved the poem. Now, I'm not saying this is true, this is just what he claims. He said the treasure wasn't gold and it was 15 years tribute to soldiers and even Superman, and the real treasure was tied to Action Comic #1, the first appearance of Superman. According to this guy, he was cheated out of the treasure by Shiloh, Fenn's grandson. He believes they altered the story and hid it. I mean, whether you believe this man or not, he's built this whole story that nobody's talking about. It honestly gives me chills. He claims that Forrest Fenn did not die of natural causes, but was silenced by Shiloh on September 7th, 2020, after confronting him about a forged Wyoming document. He claims that the family lied, saying Fenn died of a heart attack, when he actually died in the hospital from injuries. He claims that the real location was here, but he doesn't really explain why. He said Fenn's vault contained comics meant for the solver, but this legacy was undermined by Carl Sommer, who allegedly falsified Fenn's will. The man I'm talking about says that he spent 5 years gathering evidence and seeking advocates to restore Fenn's treasure and Fenn's legacy. He claims that the true final prize in Fenn's treasure may have been tied to a rare copy of Action Comics #1, representing hope and a lot of other things, not just gold. Carl Sumner, Fenn's attorney, supposedly interfered with Fenn's final wishes, possibly removing or hiding the comic book element from the public, and it was buried or erased. So this guy is basically saying that he claims he's the true solver of the Fenn treasure, and he was wrongfully denied or credited, and that Fenn's family and lawyer covered it up. This man claims that the person who found Fenn's treasure, Jack, they claim that Jack supposedly sold the treasure very soon after because he didn't want to be involved with legal situations.